Keep it going for your last storyteller, Maddie Ehrenberg.
I ran my first marathon last August, and in April I had my jaw broken and reset with 3 titanium plates on purpose. And Jake Gyllenhaal said excuse me to me in a grocery store once. So I'm pretty good at 2 truths and a lie. And armed with my surfeit of fun facts, a lot of which are actually like achievements that I'm really proud of, I figured the beginning of college was going to be a breeze, which is cute. I had other reasons, like, I was smart and made a lot of too many references to East of Eden, and I half knew a hot sophomore boy, and I didn't really like anyone in my high school, so I got pretty proficient at making new friends again. Okay, still obviously wrong. Night 1, I'm walking around campus with Chris, who now is one of my closest friends. I would trust him with my life. Then was just the kid I had gone to elementary school with. And I had reached out to him over the summer because free friend. And, we're out in the dark, think we're hot shit. Like, I'm pretty sure Vampire Weekend lived there freshman year. And I think that's the library, because that's all we knew. And this kid walks toward us. And remember, there are like 1,000 people there. And he goes, "Wait, what are your names again?" As if we'd been in conversation, we had not. But he's being friendly, fine. So we exchange names, hometowns, prospective majors, SAT subscores, and he lets us know that there's a party going on the 12th floor of the notoriously social dorm. I.e., we were already invited to a party, we'd basically just won orientation. And, in that moment, I felt like all this hard work I'd done to be socially ready for this environment had paid off. Great. We go up to this party and are immediately invited to leave by this poor girl who thought it was a good idea to host a function on the first night and was now facing a room full of strangers. Fine, understandable, we leave. We are the only people who fall for this. We just sit on the couch at the end of the hall for the next 30 minutes and greet people as they arrive. And the rest of the week is more of the same. The Keystone Light is always just out of reach. And we'd go out for an hour and try to be college students and then give up. And this was really disappointing for me because, I got into my dream school in December, and since then I was just insisting that, I'd read the first half of the Iliad and then I'd be in the zone and I'd be writing these 80-page thesis papers and qualifying for Boston, and then the rest of my undergraduate career would just be wearing black and drinking coffee and trying to reconcile the Kooks' first and fourth albums. And everything would just come easily to me, and that vision of cool and independent and intellectual and accomplished me was nowhere in sight in that last sticky week of August. And so every night I was on the phone with my brother, who's 2.5 years older than I am. He's graduating next month. According to me, he's the leading expert on everything. And, I'd say, I'm sad, and I don't have anything to say to anyone, and what if I made the wrong choice? And he'd say, okay, shut up for a second. It's fine. Some people like college after 3 days, some people after 3 months, some people take longer, and some people never get there. But one day you're going to wake up and realize that you're happy, and you're in the right place. And, I'm crying into my tower fan that's bullshit. And the month after that was better. It's not great. I decided to be less lame, stay out a little later, show no concern when boys in tank tops ladled me vodka and Gatorade from a communal bowl. And I've watched Law & Order SVU 1,000,000 times. I know that's not good. And I was still playing my game of 2 truths and a lie, Truth. I was doing well in my classes. I was particularly confident after I scored 96% on what I like to call drunk physics P-set. And truth. I had really cool and supportive friends. In fact, I was spending all my time with the same 9 people. Lie. I was just falling in step with everyone else and not challenging myself or trying new things or getting involved in communities other than the ones that were directly in front of me. So I was caring less and acting more like the people that Holden Caulfield and Arctic Monkeys have told me I should despise. Until this one night when I personally consumed like 3 Magnolia cupcakes and 5 cups of Franzia crisp white. And this was not like some first foray into the wonderful world of fermentation. It was just really undignifying and particularly scary because I wasn't at home. And guess what? 18-year-olds can't take care of themselves. And at 10 p.m., I had to have my friends put me to bed after I asked them to help me throw up. And then I woke up in the morning feeling like ass. And all my shit was on the floor because I'd had this dream that I lost my Metro card, which like is not a problem. You just go and buy a new Metro card. But like I, in my sleep, tried to find it, and I knocked over the trash can, and there were coffee grounds and banana peels in the carpet, and there was drool in my hair. And this mess I woke up to alerted me to the mess that I had become, at least relative to this controlled and balanced and distinguished existence that I'd wanted. So afternoon rolled around, and I got myself out of bed for the first time, and I went up to Chris's room to retrieve what was left of my box of wine, and we just talked for a while, and I realized everyone else was feeling just as insecure and unaccomplished and bloated as I was. And as I calmed down, I remembered how lucky I am to have these 4 years to just live on the Upper West Side and read Latin, and that spending them trying to reenact American Pie is as much a waste as living in the library would be. So I stood up, got my Franzia in hand by the handle. It was a 5-ounce. And I said thanks, and I went and I did a little homework, and I went for a run, and then I called my brother and I let him know that he'd been right.
Maddie Ehrenberg.